Hi everybody, my name is Checkmate, currently going to attempt the Balanced Druid Mage Tower Challenge. I recently uploaded my Prot Warrior one, and unfortunately my mic did not connect and my webcam wasn't working, so fuck me, right? So, my Druid's a little bit of a weird case. I have decent item level inflation because of pretty lucky Titan Forges, but my legendaries, I have one legendary for Feral, I have one legendary for Guardian. I don't have any for Balance. But item level inflation is item level inflation. I have 57 traits in my weapon. I should have gone to get another one before trying this, but oh fucking well. And my talents are currently Warrior of Elune, so that way if I get caught out, if I'm too close to Karam, I can still get off those casts of Lunar Strike as I need them. Or, say a hand comes up and I can't root Karam because he's way too close to me, I don't have Typhoon up, I can just do 3 instant cast Lunar Strikes on the hand. Displacer Beast, in case I get way too close to Karam, or I'm afraid I'm going to get hit by something, or there are too many mobs and I need to get to a rune quickly. Displacer Beast will be very useful for that. Feral Affinity, solely for the move speed, to keep Karam away from me. Typhoon, again, solely to keep Karam away from me. Soul of the Forest is so that I can keep Starfall up as much as possible for damaging down the remaining ads and making sure that my Stellar Drift stays active. Shooting Stars, because again, more AoE damage with Moonfire and Sunfire against those ads, and being able to do damage while I'm moving is very important in this fight. I've already done it on my Marksman Hunter and on my Affliction Warlock. And unfortunately I didn't record either of those, so again, fuck me, right? Now, Stellar Drift increases Starfall's radius by 30%, the damage by 50%, and allows me to cast anything I want while moving. So that will be incredibly useful, so I can actually get some solid damage onto Karam as I'm going onward. I'm using Flask of the Whispered Pact, Nightborn Delicacy Platter, Defiled Augment Runes, Potions of Prolonged Power, and Drums of Fury as my consumables throughout this fight. Now in Stage 1, Karam will begin chasing you around. You have to kind of kite him around the room. Once you get him to about 34% HP, he will then go inactive. His brother will activate. A bunch of little ads will spawn, and you just kind of have to DPS him down slowly. I believe hands become active during that phase. If they get their cast off, you will die. Unless you got lucky, you have Pride Az or something like that. The only way to stop the interrupt is to use Solar Beam, and if you can't use Solar Beam because it's a minute long cooldown, who knows, it might be out DPSing it, so that those hands come up more and more often, then you just need to kill them as fast as possible. After that, Karam will become active again. You'll still have hands, and again, down to 35%. You should still have some ads up unless your damage is insane. I'm item level 915, which is not great, but it's still kind of giving me a good chunk of gear for this challenge. Once Karam goes down again, you will start getting runes that spawn. You need to soak the rune for about, I think, 3 seconds time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then that will prevent the rune from spawning another ad, which will kill you. Once it says that this is Karam's final time coming up, then Race will become active and he won't deactivate. You can just DPS him down as quickly as possible. I'm going to keep Karam on focus. I probably should have made a focus macro cast for my entangling roots. Oh well. I'm essentially going to be trying to explain what I do as the fight goes on. I don't know why I went into the long-winded explanation at first, but it's just so some of you who either don't play this game as much as you used to, or some of you that are not sure about this challenge, can get a little bit of a better feeling about it. Like I said, my item level is heavily inflated by Titan Forges, and my legendaries are terrible, so this is going to be quite interesting, really. And my druid is just an alt, you know, someone I don't play as often as I perhaps should. I'm just going to start off, get my full moon cast off immediately. Just try to get as much damage as possible on Erased as early as I can. Now, we're entering the kiting phase. I just kite around the room continually. I can maybe get an entangling roots off here, which I did. Didn't have quite enough time to get that off, unfortunately. So I'm just going to spam until I can have this up. And I can cast while moving. And just lay into him a little bit. Knock him back, get New Moon and Half Moon off. Again, maybe a Full Moon. Got lucky enough to get a Full Moon off there. So that is really good for me. Like I said, my Druid is entirely inflated by item level, but I don't have legendaries, so my damage overall is going to be pretty terrible. So that's going to make the hands pretty interesting. We're going to see when they come up, how often they come up, things of that nature. Now, I can't actually see the ground effect there, because for whatever reason I have my graphics set to raid settings, and I really need to fix that, so that's going to make this even more interesting. Now, I realize the Balanced Druid challenge is rather easy to begin with, but what I want to do right now, Tear Rift, so he's just going to get those up. I'm just going to dot them as much as possible. Just get free solar power. Going to pop my 3-minute cooldown, just for the sake of arguing here. As you can see, I'm just using these to generate astral power, so I can really lay into him here. This is also having the side effect of getting all those little adds down as much as possible, so I don't have to deal with them very much. As you can see, Race is back up. I'm actually going to Displacer Beast through him.
4, 3, 2,
use that to buy myself
1.
a little bit more time, pop down another AoE, knock him back, and just lay into this Grasp from Beyond as much as possible. Now it's on the opposite side of him, so I have to pop my Solar Beam and just try to lay into it a little bit more. Okay. I managed that pretty horribly, and I don't know why I handled it so poorly, but I did. Now as you can see, it's going to start laying into me a little bit. I'm going to pop what I can to try and survive that. It worked, but a little bit of a cost there. That was really not so good for me. Now, I should have my cooldown up for this one, but I'm going to get hit anyway. No, I'm not. Lucky me. Ooh, that Displacer Beast did not go off the way I wanted it to. Just going to knock Karen back one more time, so I can make sure I get this out of the way, dealt with. Pop some healing here. And just start to lay into Raced a little bit. There's a rune, there's a rune. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Soak did go off. Pretty pleased with that. I really should be popping drums here.
Run away, little girl.
Try to do what I can.
Run away.
4, 3, 2,
I'm gonna root
1.
Karam here. So I can just start laying in.
4, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Alright, there we go. Now I'm tunnel visioning a little bit here, just because I knew he was so low that I could get that out of the way. That was actually first attempt. Like I said, I'm already rather familiar with the fight because of my Marksman Hunter and my Affliction Warlock. So, but judging from my gear, I'm actually rather surprised I managed to get that out of the way that quickly. And I'm rather inexperienced with balance in general, because I haven't really played Balanced Druid since I think Cataclysm was the last time I played it. I'm going to go ahead and hand this in, show you guys the appearance in case you haven't already seen it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit if you are an undergear druid or you're lacking legendaries like myself and you are trying to get your appearance out of the way, taken care of as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I think the next one I'm going to try and work on is, it will depend heavily upon what legendaries I get, but I may go for Guardian Druid next. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Should probably hand in the quest, that's awkward. Hand in the quest, get the achievement. Boom, bada bing. Take it easy.